Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt, where we have a 2v2, not a 2v2, a 1v1 for you all here on Khan in Spearhead 2. That's why I was saying 2v2, because it's Spearhead 2. Let's go through the players. We have Mist Moon as the United States of America, but a commander choice. And Ralph Roberts as the Wehrmacht, straight out the gate with like the division. Ooh, this should be fascinating to see how they go out a bit. Blech, go out about this. Now, Khan is a very intriguing little urban map, as you can see. Obviously set in the city of Caen, located in France. There's some Focus Grenadiers coming out for Ralph Roberts, so there's going to be a basic 1-1-1 opening. Pioneer, Focus Grenadier, Grenadier. Meanwhile, the Americans are just going for double riflemen, nothing out of the unusual here. They'll have to pick a commander at some point, but I guess they'll pick after they notice that Ralph Roberts has already gone for Leichte. They'll spot that pretty easily if they recognize the symbols. Generally, I think the Grenadier one is easy to remember because of its icon. The Focus Grenadier one could be a little bit harder to notice because of the little man. Like, not... Well, although a lot of people do use the Focus Grenadiers a lot if you're playing as a Leichte, I found, because they get these Thompsons they can use at Veteran C1. Which is a pretty handy upgrade. Both sides are just securing points. Americans seem to be securing a lot more ground early. Might be to their advantage. Need to see. Using early Kubelwagen and the MT-42 coming out for the Wehrmacht here shortly. Unique to Leichte and certain other commanders. Americans waiting behind the sandbags here. Taking it slow and steady. When these folks are just gonna get shut up. And the Americans are stopping up and yeah, immediately starting to open fire with their semi-automatic rifles. Of course, Americans do fire slower until they get a certain upgrade from like the first building they can take into. Ooh, that's not gonna be good for those Focus Grenadier. Good Brandflasche though, but the Americans actually get through it pretty much unscathed. Kubelwagen might save them though. Yep, the Kubelwagen saves them. Another Kubelwagen is gonna go in the offense. Pioneer's almost getting shut down here.
We just lost a unit.
So the Pioneer will make it. Oh, Pioneers go down and the Rifleman goes down. But the Americans don't think can get this Kubelwagen. This one tried to chase it down, but Grenadiers will move to intercept, so that Kubelwagen gets back safe. But losing the Pioneer early for the Germans is a big issue, because you rely on that Pioneer for your buildings after all. Grenadiers now sitting up here to open fire. They've got a firefight with the re-echelon. Should be to the Grenadiers' advantage. They have higher stats and accuracy. It's hard to say with heavy cover to heavy cover fighting sometimes. Because they can last a while, as you can see. Heavy cover is very important, but yeah, goes down one of them. Rifle grenade fired on the machine gun just as it shows up, so the Grenadiers have to fall back quick. So we have a second Grenadier coming onto the field here.
Enemy is taking our territory.
You'll see take up here for the Wehrmacht happening. Still no command choice from the US of A. Fighting their time. But the Americans control a lot of ground, so the Germans are gonna have to work a little hard to make it back from there, I think.
Our headquarters has been improved. We can now build light mechanized infantry.
That's an anti-personnel mine, anti-tank mine there actually. It's the M7, we don't see the M7 used often. Good to see it being utilized. Ah, and that looks like it might be US tank destroyer. Ooh, okay. Tank destroyer against Leichte. We'll see a US lieutenant arriving here quickly. All US officers now have access to their commander stuff, so they can delay fuse barrages if they upgrade, which can be pretty useful, I suppose. Yes, as always securing ground and digging in. Kubelwagen scouting ahead. And driving over an American several times, apparently. Well, that's not the best position. Yeah, oh yeah, instantly taken out by a rifle grenade there. I think it was a rifle grenade. Looks like it because from what I can see my OBS, the thing down here, down there, was already used. The are starting to arrive on for the US infantry, and are they blocked? Yeah, they're blocked. That happens to them sometimes. Ooh, yeah, that might actually be every echelon unless they can cut that barbed wire. Looks like they do it. Okay. You have to be careful sometimes with such positioning. And he's holding up the center here, but machine gun is going to force him to move backwards a bit. Moving up to the next firing position. But he is slowly having to move further and further back. Great going out. He only killed one there. The Germans still are pretty healthy in this position. And Grenadiers are pretty competent long-range infantry, so if you can just keep them behind heavy cover at long range, they will get the job done for the most part. They'll certainly beat the Americans, but the machine gun is going to be a problem, and the artillery strike. Ooh, yeah, Germans have to move. Basic 105 shells, or 75mm howitzers by the looks of it. But he has to get out of there though. MP4 has been equipped on the Fox Grenadiers as they move around the flank, securing ground. We do see a Greyhound coming onto the field soon. A light vehicle we don't see too often. It's good to see it being utilized. I like when people use a little bit more of their arsenal instead of just going for the big stuff. Ooh, Lieutenant covering this area pretty well. Flying on with his Thompson. He has to relocate after the Germans get the building. Dog car coming after the Germans, a 2-2-2 probably. Well, it's a 2-2-1, but it'll become a 2-2-2. Ah! Shuminen being laid here by the Fox Grenadier. Had to get away immediately after spotting that Greyhound. They might lure it into the Shuminen. Putting a high explosive. Ooh, yeah, good high explosive shell. That might activate it with Fox Grenadier squad. Yep, mowed down. Shuminen is right there, but it should not kill a lot of people anymore. Yeah, it's a much smaller explosion as you can see. Killing 2 people. Germans do control a fair amount of points at the moment. Oh, and I'm being called. Of course I am. I apologize. My sincerest apologies. I always seem to get called when I'm recording. No, when I'm not recording. It seems like the universe just has it out for me in that aspect. Anyway, let's get right back to it, shall we? Okay, where were we? Right, we have a Greyhound, we have Shuminen, second Shuminen went off, a third Shuminen actually. Ooh, so there were 3 Shuminen down there. Greyhound now driving around patrol. We have a specialized infantry coming out here for the tank destroyer company, which I believe arrived with a shotgun.
Got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
And they don't arrive with the shotgun, do they? And it looks like they have to upgrade to it, potentially. They don't have the icon beneath after all. Suppose we'll find out.
A capture point is being overrun.
And yes, you can hit an orphan point here. 2-2 on the field, getting Radpanzer, which means you could probably go toe-to-toe with the Greyhound. Once it gets the Radpanzer. Panzerbüchse handed out to the Pioneers so they can help deal with the Greyhound easier. Machine guns up here.
We're jumping off, fellas.
Oh, more Shuminen. Good to see people use the Shuminen. Because they removed a lot of the other mines that German infantry is available, but they still have the Shuminen. Because they still want to basically emphasize that you need to mine a lot as the Germans, I imagine. But the Shuminen is not as powerful and potent. It's fairly cheap though. Greyhound, yeah, Greyhound cannot fight the 2-2 once it gets Radpanzer. Radpanzer is just such a big upgrade on the 2-2. Let's see, do these guys even have any AT capabilities? They don't have a satchel charge at the moment. Ooh, that is not good for that machine gun. I think they do have the shotgun actually. Yeah, they do. I think that's the shotgun they have. Look at the squad leader. They're going out in the way. Oh, that's a good machine gun team. Building is covering a lot for these guys though. Yeah, they use the Springfield or K98 model for the shotgun because there's no shotgun model in game. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that squad is being torn to pieces. We do have a Stuart light tank, which the 2-2 cannot fight frontally. It can actually have a decent chance of piercing it in the rear. In case you were wondering, it's actually interesting. The 2-2 is surprisingly good if you can get in a good position. But against the Yeah, the Stuart got it here. Oh, it did not penetrate that shot. Or missed. But second shot gets it there. US infantry is marching northwards. Germans have laid some mines, but the rear echelon... There's no rear echelon. There's nothing to spot the Shuminen with. Not sure how many Shuminen there are. One. There's one there. But I don't see many others. I can secure the point here. Oh, a lot of action going on. But it's very light so far, but it is a 1v1 match, so not too surprising.
Where the hell is that bar? Get it up here, let's move. Gather round.
We also have an anti-tank team arriving here for the US of A. Might be expecting some kind of medium-sized vehicle for the Germans shortly. Usually considered a suicide job to be the member of an anti-tank team for the United States, I believe. Back in the day. Like, relegated as a punishment or something. Oh, more mines being laid. This time it's Regal Mine, which can disable basically any allied vehicle in the game. Just one of them, I believe. Even the IS-2. But the Americans now have minesweepers with them. The lieutenant stepped in the Shumin in there. Yeah. The Americans know what a Regal Mine is. They can somewhat avoid it. Oh, that is... Stuart needs to be cautious. I don't think it will trigger after being spotted, at least while the minesweeper is nearby. Oh, and did the anti-tank rifle just damage it? I suppose miracles do happen. Trying to crawl back to safety. Apparently some huge changes have also happened to forward headquarters in Spearhead 2, but I'm not seeing any of it yet. Something to do with that. They can actually now be decaptured out of neutral territory, which is a nice touch. Rifle it's being shot here now and then. We also have a Panzer IV F1 arriving here shortly. Several re-echelons on the field. 3 re-echelon squads. That's a lot of re-echelon. Will they go for the shotguns for these guys, though, I wonder? Because they do get double shotguns from that one upgrade. They still maintain another weapon slot, I believe. Unless that's been changed. Oh, Stuart loading high explosive. But it got cancelled because they ran away. Echelon is still checking for mines. Knowing that the German commander now lays a lot of mines on the roads. It's good to see. I forgot how cheap Shuminen are, but they should be fairly cheap. And most German units can lay them. Although they're not very effective against vehicles that aren't light, they will kill up to 2 models of an infantry squad, so useful. So your enemy has to watch their step. Panzer IV F1 driving around here. An MG42 on top. Here by the rear echelon. Ich weiß schon, wer geballte Ladung was for, but yes. We also see one of the unique Panzer Grenadier units here available too, like that. These are some unique Panzer Grenadiers that can actually repair tanks in the fields. Pretty useful ability to have. Now, Stuart has to be cautious when there's an F1 on the fields. Although Stuart can beat an F1 if he can get behind it. The issue is getting it behind it safely, though. The tank team has been suppressed. And it's surrounded. Stuart's trying to take some pot shots. But at range, even the stop gun of the F1 will have trouble piercing the frontal arm of the Stuart. We have an 80 gun arriving here from the United States. A 57. Oh, the statue's in the way. There they go. Now they can see it. Good shot there. Critical hit. And the force the F1 to back off. Popping smoke. And he's moving to the northern flank here to deal with the rear echelon. Oh, good rifle killing them off there. But the infantry moving around. Unique infantry squads available too, tank destroyer. Oh, but they're getting put down in the open here by the Grenadier. They're got in a good position. A good volley of fire with their bolt axes can do a lot of work. And now the Stuart's gonna go for them. Yeah, Fun could quickly rush up there to try and deal with it, but might be risky. Looks like it is. The Grenadiers have to run. They just don't have the time. And that's a dead Grenadier squad.
We are suffering losses.
Hans Grenadiers moving up instead. Having been armed with MP40s. Ooh, the 80 gun is nearby. Oh, there was a mine. Oh, right! The anti-tank mine! Ooh, that sucks for the Germans.
Our Panzer force.
Now the Grenadiers have to, Panzer Grenadiers have to run quickly. And he's getting up behind cover here. Let's try and buy them some time. It's gonna be hard with the Stuart nearby. They do kill every echelon though, but they might not get out of there. Oh yeah, that's another dead Grenadier squad. Ooh. We do see another Panzer Grenadier squad come in, the 90th. Another Panzer Grenadier available to Leichte. There they are. Can be equipped with the precursors to the Sturmgewehr. MKB-42. Last squad of Grenadiers trying to hold back the Allies. But that Stuart is just a menace at the moment. Trying to fire a rifle grenade. Ooh, did not go off there. Not looking good here. Even have improved breach here for the Stuart because it's veterans, so they can fire a lot faster. Let's see if we get any unique equipment for the Panzer Grenadiers. Generally, people just go for the MKB-42s. Well, in an urban environment, I would say the MP-40s might be very useful.
Are securing our territory.
Depends on the ranges you want to fight them in, really. I just think MP-40 is always very useful in an urban environment. Water here because we've started work again in the new year. Ah, that's good. We need that water. It's good to be working again. My holidays was a little bit too long apparently, and I got way too lazy. It feels good to just be out and doing stuff something every day when I wake up. NG-42 down here, manned by some Panzer Grenadiers. Stuart's gonna go for them. Until being called here by the lieutenant. And that's gonna force that machine gun to run off. Oh, Panzer Grenadiers are in trouble. Will they be able to get away? Looks like they will be lucky enough to get away. Other Panzer Grenadiers are holding the line here with MP40s. There can recon team on the field as well. Minesweeper armed. We are still moving in the front of the tank, or near the tank anyway. Putting high explosive round here on the Stuart. Oh, good shot there. Panzerbüchse arm the Pioneers up. Well, I don't think a Panzerbüchse will do a lot to the front of a Stuart. Because the Stuart has surprisingly good armor for a light tank, I believe. At least in the front. I believe it's really pathetic. Yeah, it only has 30 armor rating on the rear. Holy shit. That's like paper thin. That is really thin. But 450 in the front. Yeah, that's pretty decent for a light tank. Pioneers are doing their best to hold them back here. They're slowly taking losses. Germans have gotten a Pack 40 on the field now. Basic anti-tank gun of the Wehrmacht. 42 has to get into position quick. Getting up behind here. Not the worst of positions. Tank also being nearby. Also manned by Panzer Grenadiers. Using the Wehrmacht sniper model for their appearance. I believe in Spearhead 1 Redux they have gotten to use the new uniforms. Not sure if that'll be coming to Spearhead 2 yet, though. Would be nice, though. Maybe we could see a little bit more uniform variety. But the Americans now know they're there because of the recon team. They have very good eyes on what's going on at the square. Panzer just with NKB 42s on the flank here. Machine carabiners. But they're being suppressed. There's just so many bullets coming our way. Heavy cover is giving them a lot of sustainability though. But they have been pinned now. NG42 is set up though. Able to hit the machine gun, or the AT gun I mean. Panzer 4G is coming soon. And I believe that might be the unique Panzer 4 available to like the big American infantry force assembling though. Fighting position is also going up as well.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Oh, they're gonna flank the machine gun, aren't they? Oh, are they gonna go for the main? Or they're gonna call artillery first? Good and smart move.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Ooh, that's not gonna be good for that pack gun. Fast many bullets, but it is still within range where they can recover it.
We have lost
There's a lot of heavy cover here the German infantry can use. But here's the Panzer 4G, with the ability to switch between high explosives and armor-piercing rounds, I believe. Which really makes it very potent. But they have to get rid of that Stewart. At least all the heavy cover here will block high explosive shells for a while. So one of the changes in the patches was that high explosive shells will hit terrain on the path that's blocked. Also, that Stewart is down now thanks to the Panzer 4G. I think it can safely switch to a high explosive and it is. Now that's gonna be a problem for the American infantry. Because the Panzer 4G has a surprising amount of potency when it can just use high explosive shells as its base munition. NG42 on top as well. Gonna lean the way northwards, but we do have the Grenadiers holding them back for now. Using a rifle grenade does not hit anything. Pioneers nearby as well. Panzer is trying to push up here. There's too many American infantry. One after that Panzer Grenadier squad. Ooh, it's not gonna be easy for this one. It's still ordered to prioritize. Oh, prioritize vehicles. Ooh, and that high explosive goes wide. That's a tank team on the flank here. Need to be very cautious with those high explosive rounds. They're not very accurate. Definitely need repairs for that thing. They were pulling back, more Panzer Grenadiers being prepared. Ooh, grenades near the machine gun. We do have double shotguns now on this squad, and yep, they killed that MG42 with some support. Double shotguns on the 28th is definitely going to be dangerous, especially in an urban environment. German A2 on the way for the Americans. Pretty decent tank, the workhorse of the United States Army. You should not underestimate the Shermans.
You need something?
I think even a Panzer 4G can have issues dealing with Shermans. Depending on the circumstances. Germans have lost a lot of units though, but they have to stabilize somehow. Panzer Grenadiers are a good unit though, they might be able to turn this around. The gas on that thing. Veterans 3 Grenadiers, by the way, so that's pretty good. They just don't have any unique weapons yet. Oh, they're being used to grab the pack. I suppose that's a use for them. They will be the cheapest infantry at the moment.
The territory is out of contact. Standing by.
Americans just slowly securing more and more ground on the flanks. 30 calibers keeping the Panzer Grenadiers away from that flank.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
The Panzer Guns watching the center here. But the Germans are losing a lot of terrain and resources.
Sherman ready to go.
Not sure how long they can last without all those fuel Well, without the field points. As the Americans will start to accumulate a lot more. Still some bodies there. MG42. No, wait. MG34 and an Aufklar team arriving here for the Germans. Panzer 4G is ready for action again. Need to be cautious wherever they move it though. Doesn't have side skirts. American recon team spotted them. And they were ought to fire at will, which you don't want to do with recon teams. You have to be very sneaky and get around the enemy flanks. You can get into good positions to keep an eye on the enemy. Report back to the officers what's going on. Well, big defense prepared here. That G is gonna have to work overtime. Also, the 80 gun is 80 team is being. Oh wait, they're all opening fire now. They probably should not have revealed themselves, but who knows? Rifleman on the flank here with a BAR. Ooh, and Panzer might get flanked. Ooh, that's not good for the Panzer Grenadier. Yeah, that's the Panzer Grenadier squad. That's a very expensive loss. Especially with the MKB-42 on him. The Americans are just sending more and more units out here. Doing a lot more ground. Look at the spread of American troops. And we got the 28th in the center. Aufklar sneaking around. But American recon team is arriving, they will spot them. Fighting up here with the G and the German infantry. Will the G be able to fight against the Sherman? And using the flank does not do a lot with the Panzerbüchse. Gewaltladung on the lieutenant. Killing the lieutenant squad. Machine guns covering the angle here. We also have the MG-34 up here. German arriving here, trying to get closer. There's a pack. Killing the commander, or injuring the commander anyhow. And Sherman down. Now the G can switch to high explosives again.
Tank was just lost.
Looks like the Germans might be able to turn this around somehow. Good high explosive there. Panzergun's moving up. Still more riflemen arriving though. Can't take out the team. But now they're starting to stop the Panzer IV. And I can really get to work. German 76 will be arriving sorted out. Grenadiers following up behind the Panzer IV. Panzer IV. So the Germans are going to steal the 80 gun. No, they're not. It does look like it. Where's the Pioneers? They could scavenge it. They need all the equipment they can get. Or resources, rather. MG keeps an eye down here. There's the 5780 gun nearby. Oh, looks like the G might go for a base raid. Very risky maneuver. Especially with another 80 gun nearby. There's this 80 gun team nearby. 80 team anyway. They miss it. They miss with their rockets. It's not easy to hit with an anti-tank weapon. They're sometimes very unwieldy. 80 team dead. That Panzer 4G is doing a lot of work here. But here's the Sherman 76. Smoke popped with square to AP shells. Sherman will definitely have the higher rate of fire and a potentially better gun. What's the armor stats anyway? 840. You know, it's actually not that big of a difference in armor rating either.
Looks like we're getting into the
The Sherman actually has better rear armor than the Panzer IV does. Do not underestimate the Sherman 76. It can brawl effectively with Panzer IVs, as we can see right there. They're trying to lure it into a pack. The Germans are still suffering losses, though, especially with the fighting position still around. They're not able to cut them down somewhat. Naval grenade to cover themselves. Good. A smoke grenade. Cancer setting up fighting positions here.
We are losing a
The
sector.
Americans fight from this ruined little block of building.
tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Oh, good rifle grenade though. There's been a lot of good German rifle grenades today.
One of our fighting positions
After our
is
teammates head out
sustaining
again.
fire. Back to normal.
More and more Panzer Grenadiers are on the field. We have 2 Panzer Grenadiers on the field still. Back setting up, but we will have double Shermans now. If they can coordinate, they can do a lot of damage.
Are seizing a sector.
Need to see what happens. A lot of bodies around though. Recon team getting spotted here by Yaufla and MG42 has in their sights. Going them down. Shermans are pushing. Explosive miss. Panzer 14 moving up, it's not really been prepared yet. Good shot though, Panzerfaust. One Sherman down. And now that's gonna force the other Sherman back for a while, I think. Honestly, these Panzer Grenadiers are doing a pretty decent job. First one should not underestimate them. Look up here with their MKB-42s. Guess we would just an 80 gun team. Great on them though. Ooh, that pineapple does a lot of damage. Like the Panzer Grenadiers will make it out of there though. MD-34 setting up. Okay. Another Panzer 4G. Another A2 arriving here for the United States. Gives me some more water. After class, keep an eye out from behind this little post thing.
Enemy forces are securing
Where
our
commercials and
territory.
other things are posted. An ad corner, if you will. He's trying to ground attack into the smoke now. But note that ground attacking into areas you don't have line of sight on now with high explosive rounds is very inaccurate, so you cannot abuse it. You actually have to have sight on the enemy. Meanwhile, the 30 caliber is down fighting with a grenade. Oh, good rifle grenade!
Here. Sherman ready.
The Outclass could actually start opening fire here on the side and potentially be a problem. Especially with the... Oh, another squad moving up though, so that 30 caliber has to get out of there. So that's the MG. Then the squad there. The other Grenadiers can probably win this fight down here. Oh, the Grenadiers can most definitely win this fight down here. Just takes a little bit. It's actually a veteran 5 Grenadier squad. That is a lot of good rifles just they now have. Before 2 has to pull back though as the 28th come down here. Armed with a bazooka, double shotguns. Actually, it's triple shotguns, I think. As well as extra rations. And even an A2 Sherman. Or the HQ also set up here. Oh yeah, you don't get your battle groups from the civilian HQs anymore. You actually have to build the actual forward headquarters building that your officers and engineers can construct. Just so you're aware.
We got a new unit ready and on the field.
Looks like we're
All
going
recon
in.
teams. Replace the last one. Mortar arriving here for the Light Division. To apply some more pressure to the Marikaner. And also some a little bit more mobile, where they have to figure out where the other's gonna strike through the streets. Streets are very hard to push through. Ooh, another Regal mine considered very smart. Always worth setting up Regal mines.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
Definitely force doing a lot of work here. Laying down all the suppressive fire possible.
More powerful units.
Can't use them in spotted though, and they all bunched up, which makes it quite clear if leader mine. That's what you pushing up here to take out the fighting position. Not hitting though. Artillery going in the German positions here. Holding by the captain. Not a captain, the lieutenant. Just basic 75mm howitzers. Taking out the MG44 team. Hans gonna use an MG42 remains over here.
Standing by.
Need to act at a moment's notice. Oh, good shot there from the 76 German. Killing the driver of the Panzer IV. One more penetrating shot should end it. But they will have the driver replaced shortly. So they managed to do it there. Ooh, another miss. We're trying to charge up on Panzer Grenadiers with automatic weapons. It's not a good idea. Good grenade though. They managed to get the grenade off. You know, the A2 ship pushed up, killing the Grenadiers in one shot. The Panzer Grenadiers. White Phosphorus round 2. Oh god, they have all the equipment they need. Ooh, it's not looking good for the Germans. This Panzer IV is in trouble. It's taken out there by a Sherman. But while this is happening, the Germans are pushing on the other flank. Trying to get behind the 30 caliber here.
Alright, you guys. Make ready. Steady up. Those are cracking over our heads. God damn it.
We're going out there. Ooh, overshot. And with that, the 30 caliber manages to suppress them. Well, pin them actually. And he's quickly trying to get in position. There's some accurate rifle shots there. More riflemen pushing upwards here. Rifle grenade going out.
Our territory.
Doesn't hit anything, but does force the American riflemen back. But the Americans have secured an awful flank again. There's just not enough maneuvering for the Germans to be able to do. They do have the access to a Panther potentially now if they want. Might be very expensive for them though. And default to set behind the outpost. Advertisement corner. E2 Sherman driving nearby. We are seeing a Panther queued up.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
I suppose missed. Well, technically didn't miss, but didn't kill the squad entirely. Jim backs off. I suppose hits the car. Aufklar will spot what's happening soon, I think. Let's see the Americans moving around. Just MD42. Also being pulled back. This pack is in trouble. Here comes the US rifleman with BARs. Jackson tank destroyer coming in as well, armed with the 90mm gun that Pershing has.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Hans gonna just try and set up firing lines. I use inside the building here. You might see a satchel charge, yep. Satchel charge here from the 28th. Boom! Ooh, it's not looking good here.
Infantry
The Americans keep advancing. I wonder if the Panther can turn it around. Especially because it's just going to be a Panther A, I think. It's not going to be a Panther G.
You need something?
Yeah, it moves way too slow to be a G.
Opponents are seizing the sector.
Armored skirts and MG42 being equipped though. But will the Panther be enough?
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
The Germans have to pull back up here with their
Sector
mortar.
has been cut off.
I need some more water. My throat is starting to get dry. Not because I've not had long recording sessions for a long time.
Sector.
Now the Panther reveals itself. All the tanks are pulling back though, knowing the Panther's there. You don't want to fight a Panther frontally after all. But the Aufklar will detect that there will be a flank soon. It's gonna also get taking shots now on the Panther. Grenadiers taking heavy shots. Out of 28 pushing up. Jackson missed. Panther is frontal armor is somehow holding up, so that's good for it.
HQ is under attack.
Also fairly decent frontal armor still actually. Urigal Mine takes out the 76. Jackson's turret got hit, bazooka bounces off. Takes out the Jackson. Wow, the Panther might actually turn this around. The power of Panther. Very good there. I guess don't underestimate even the Panther A. I guess it is still a Panther. Even if it is the worst version of it.
The enemy is taking our territory.
But Germans are still lacking infantry potential. And he had to secure ground. High explosive hits the record of Jackson. I really like that changed. The high explosive stuff hits cover in the way. So being behind heavy cover is much more of a deterrent against the high explosive shell from a vehicle.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy to kill that Panther, unless they get a flank on it. And the Americans are building up for it, I
The
think.
squad of pioneers has arrived.
They're paying a Raffian squad over here and everything.
Fighting positions is
They're also getting
sustaining
composite
fire.
B explosives.
Germans
Ooh,
just
they need to
cut
move
off our
quick
supply
though.
lines.
But there was a mine there. Did a little bit of damage. Damage the engine there. They got composite B and the Panther. Ooh, and that should do it. And I think Ralph Roberts realized too late what was happening. Pretty decent match. German pushing up now. I don't think the Germans can turn this around now. That Panther was all they were relying on in the end here. Very hard to keep a Panther covered when they have no infantry support. Oh, good play from good plays from both players, I'd say. Cool, Grenadiers got mowed down there. Yeah, I don't think the Wehrmacht can make a comeback, and they surrender at this point. Makes sense. Well played to both players, I'd say. A good little urban engagement here. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye-bye!